So I want to welcome everybody to this fun Zoom here in June of 2024. And we are recording it so that we will get that out to everybody so that you can double check any details that you need to later on. And after we are done our presentations, we will open it up for non-compliant questions. So we're going to be very compliant up until that point, and then I will stop the recording before we answer those questions. So Sandy will start us off today. Sandy's our women's health nurse practitioner. She'll present us a couple of oils, and then Marie Summers, our naturopathic physician, will then talk to us about an oil and then our MetaPower Assist. So Sandy, take it away.
Okay, good morning, everybody. So I'm going to jump right in. And once again, I'm going to talk a little bit about our product of the month, which is really a wonderful opportunity because it's an oil that we can't get any other time. It's not in our regular line. It's called Bergamot Mint. And I've heard it pronounced bergamot and bergamot. So I went to the dictionary and looked up the pronunciation, and it is clearly bergamot. So now that cleared it up for me, and I know how to say it correctly from now on. But if you place your order, a loyalty order of 125 PV by the 15th of this month, which is going to be coming up this week sometime, I believe, you'll get this oil absolutely free. And it's really a special one. We've had this as a special in the past, and I remember loving it so much. So despite its name, bergamot mint is not related to the bergamot fruit that we know of, which we have another oil that is bergamot. This one is totally different. It actually comes from a flowering perennial herb that is part of the mint family. And it's commonly found in many personal care products. It is steam distilled from the leaves and the stems of the Mentha citrata plant. And we source this oil from India, we being doTERRA. It's sometimes called orange mint, and its scent is really, oh, it's lovely. It's fresh. It's got the soft minty note to it, and it's slightly citrusy. Now, this one can be used aromatically and topically. It's not one that I'm going to put a drop under my tongue in the morning. So this one's not internal use, but you're going to really enjoy the aromatic and the topical in this one. It's calming, inspiring aroma, excuse me, is great for clearing the air of musty or unpleasant smells. Diffuse it or add a few drops to a small spray bottle with water to create a refreshing and a clean smelling room spray. One of my favorite ways to use these oils. I love my room sprays. Now, the two main chemical constituents that are found in bergamot mint oil are linalool, which our research tells us has soothing properties, and linalool acetate, which has calming benefits physically and emotionally. So I love those benefits of this particular oil. Linalool and linalool acetate, those are two keys. So the aroma really creates this wonderful, relaxing and soothing and restorative atmosphere. This is one that you should reach for after a busy or a stressful day that we so often find ourselves in, right? Or diffuse it while you're busy to help you stay mindful and to stay calmer. It's also great for blending with some other oils. It blends really well with basil, any of your citrus or your floral oils like lavender, rose, and ylang ylang. But all by itself, its aroma is also really lovely. It's very light. And like I said, this one is not in our regular line. So treat yourself now. Think about all the things that you need to stock up on this month. If your LRP gets to 125 and you process that order by the 15th, you're going to get this one as a freebie. So this is super worthwhile. Now, staying on that summery theme, I want to talk about another. This is also a limited time offer oil called Endless Summer. And if you've looked at your doTERRA site this month, you've already seen this one. Now, unless you're a snow skier, you just might love the thought of a summer that never ends, right? So this blend is just this tiny little time capsule of sunny moments. It's filled with sweet blooming flowers, fresh citrus, and this one also is for topical and aromatic use only. Now, I love how as I was reading about it, how doTERRA describes Endless Summer. It is crafted from a really unique blend of fruity osmanthus, grapefruit, which is invigorating, the crisp, clean scent of manuka, and the tantalizing green mandarin essential oils. And if you read on, it also contains tonka bean, eucalyptus, sandalwood, frankincense, wild orange, Siam wood, which was this was the first time I had come across Siam wood, labdanum, jasmine, palmarosa, and litsea oils. This blend is loaded with goodness. So diffuse Endless Summer in your favorite diffuser to brighten up your day. You might also apply it to your skin with your favorite carrier oil for a really delicious and personal aroma. And I'm looking back, so this does have some citrus oils in it. This is one that if you're going out in the sun that day, you're probably going to want to just wait and apply it at night rather than before you go out in the sun. And knowing that these oils are produced through co-impact sourcing, which is a key part of doTERRA's commitment to making a positive difference in the lives of farmers, harvesters, and distillers throughout the world, it's just us being the change. And it's so important to remember we're all here because we care about using ultra pure natural essential oils for our health and well-being. But knowing how doTERRA sources our oils by building those bonds with individuals and families around the world and never using brokers and middlemen that only care about the dollar, this is what makes what we do and the products that we're using really priceless in so many ways and really makes me feel good about this company. Now, we mention this every year, but doTERRA's convention is in September. And I know Roxanne and I have seen many of these individuals that I'm talking about with co-impact sourcing, and we've heard their stories firsthand. So think about getting your online ticket so that you can hear convention from your own home on your own timetable, and you will learn so much and you'll be so glad that you did. So please, if you see those emails coming, read them through and consider doing that for yourself. It is such an amazing learning opportunity. You'll learn a lot about the science of the oils. You'll learn about the company and how we use co-impact sourcing. You'll learn all the new products that are coming out and why and the science behind those. So that was just, as I was thinking about that this week, that's a little plug for thinking about doTERRA's convention and what it has to offer each one of us here, wherever we are. Now, my DIY for this month, I decided to take one of these summery blends. Actually, I took the bergamot mint and I made a soothing summertime lotion. Now, if you're someone who uses any of the personal care products, you know that we get these lovely little containers. This is a container that I got from the hydrating cream, which I love using at night. This one is from our Yarrow Palm capsules. When I empty these, I throw them into a box until I have a DIY that I might use them for. So don't throw those containers away because they're going to come back and be really useful for you. So what I did, I liked the size of this little hydrating cream bottle. And if you don't have any of these containers to repurpose. Just a tiny little jelly jar too works really well, and it would make a nice gift for somebody. So what I do is I take either our unscented lotion, or I really love our body butter, which has a very light scent to it, but I love the texture of it. It is really a nice creamy body butter. So I took this as my base. I put it in this little jar, and I added somewhere in the range of 10 to 15 drops of the bergamot mint. And I am a ylang ylang lover. So I added a few drops of ylang ylang. And I think on the recipe I said about 5 drops. But play with it. So I added those to the jar, added some of the body butter and the cream, just took a little tiny spoon and mixed it all up. So now my morning is so much easier, because when I go to just rub on some lotion on my dry skin, I'm not opening all of my oils and adding them at the same time. I've already got it blended right into my one of my favorite lotions or creams. So this makes your life a little bit easier. And so mix it up, smell it the next day. If you want to add a little bit more of the bergamot mint or a little more of the ylang ylang, whatever your taste is, you can go ahead and you can play around with that recipe. And ylang ylang, which I believe Marie's going to talk about in a minute, is 10% off this month. So there's a win-win. I've got my free bergamot mint, and I'm using my 10% off ylang ylang for this. So enjoy that recipe. Remember how easy it is to take your products, to play around with them and make them into something that you're going to use. I like the idea of putting that calming oil on my skin before I even start my day. So it's another way of getting those wonderful oils into your system as well. That's all I've got. I'm going to hand you over to Miss Marie, Dr. Marie, at this point, who's going to take you from there.
Good morning, everybody. Sandy, thank you so much. And thank you for reminding us all that the ylang ylang is 10% off this month. I love this oil as well. So I'm going to be talking about that oil and then MetaPower Assist, which is very exciting, some of the changes that have been happening with folks for that. But first of all, I'm just going to talk about 7 uses of ylang ylang, which there are so many, but I'll just cover some top ones. One of the ones that I've been doing some research on is for circulatory issues for people, if we're looking at our ticker. So there was a study that I read on Wednesday or Thursday. It was a 2006 study, and it was of 29 different men, small study, but the benefits of ylang ylang for circulatory issues. Also, it's awesome for promoting healthy skin, boosting mood and energy. I know on a dark kind of wintry day, ylang ylang will diffuse in our house. Just the deliciousness of the smell gets you in a good mood immediately. And so just kind of lifts up some of those feelings and encouraging self-confidence and things like that. And also for sometimes for female issues, balancing those darling little hormones that go on in our body. It's been proven to be helpful for that as well. So one of the things about ylang ylang, it's been used in the East and West extensively throughout history. And one of the things, if you study ylang ylang, the first thing that comes up is it talks about it being an aphrodisiac. And so there's your uplifting mood, right? So in the Philippines and Indonesia, they spray ylang ylang around the beds of newlyweds, which I just think what a fun idea to do that. They spread the flowers around it. And they also, healers have been used to for insect bites. I've never used ylang ylang for insect bites, but that was kind of interesting when I read about that. So they distill the flowers from the ylang ylang tree, and they get like 10 kilos. It's like 22 pounds of flowers a year they can get off of a tree. They cannot harvest anything off the trees till they're about 3 to 4 years old. But then after they get producing, they can produce for up to 30 years. What a beneficial tree. When you think about it, when we look at the fruit we get here, we'll never get 30 years out of a tree. So that's pretty exciting. And because of the humidity in the northwest coast of Madagascar, they just flourish. So the flowers are these really pretty yellow flowers. And if you look inside, there's a pink center in this flower, and that's where the oil is. So they steam distill it. And it's like anything when they're harvesting these, it has to be harvested up for quite a bit. And then with 24 hours, they have to get it in and start processing it to distill it, just because of the aromaticness of it. And I did watch a video on these people in Madagascar and the gratitude they had for doTERRA and what it has given their villages and some of these people the ability to have an income. And they just rave about working with doTERRA as a company. So it's a sweet kind of florally smell. And they call it flowers of flowers when they refer to this ylang ylang. And it's similar to the smell of jasmine. If anybody has smelled jasmine, it's very similar to that. And so let's see, because of that sweet aroma, the flowers of flowers, it's been known to be used as an antiseptic and antispasmodic. And we talked about the cardiovascular and that. Circulatory. So for hair support, people have put a few drops into their conditioner, and those leave-on conditioners, people have put it in there and then just kind of scrunch it in and leave it on. And they have said that they've felt that their hair has just become thicker, which is really nice. And for skincare, you could put it in your skincare. What I love to do with this, one of my favorite things, I'm a huge Epsom salts bath fan person. So I love to put a little of it in Epsom salts. Remember, you always put the oil into a little bit of the Epsom salts and then put it into your water, because if you put it directly into your tub, it's just going to float on the top of your tub. So make sure that you put it in the Epsom salts first. Now, some of the chemical constituents of it are, and I'm never very good at pronouncing any of these. Sandy's so good at it. But beta-caryophyllene, the caryophyllene, alpha-farnesene, and germaserine are the chemical constituents. And I started looking up some of the chains of how these chemical constituents and these therapeutic compounds work together on the different systems. And it's really quite fascinating. So I can't suggest enough getting some of this oil. And I think it's one of these oils that once you smell it, just the deliciousness of it in that moment is uplifting. So I'm going to do my DIY before I cover the MetaPower. So mine is a perfume because it's been used in perfumes. And hi, Crystal. And come say hi to everybody. She's here in the flesh now.
I just left the meeting.
There she is. Oh, yeah. So for skin and perfumes, so mine is a perfume. So you'll get the recipe from Roxanne, but it's witch hazel or vodka, vegetable glycerin, ylang ylang here, lavender, and bergamot. Now, it's not the bergamot that Sandy just told us about. It's the regular bergamot that I find also incredibly uplifting. So can you imagine having these blends on your skin, you know, calming, uplifting all at once? So I've already mixed it in my bottle because I couldn't tell you honestly if I hadn't tried it. So I did try it. Oh my gosh. Crystal, here, come try some too. Yeah, let me just put some there and tell us what you think. It is so, oh, did you hear? It smells so nice. It really does. So very uplifting. So when we do these, don't forget to have your labels. We can get these labels so affordable through doTERRA that you just need to put all of them right on your bottle like this, and then you'll never forget what's in your bottle. So the lucky winner today will have this delicious, uplifting perfume bottle. So that's pretty exciting. Then the other thing, and don't forget it's 10% off. The other thing I'm going to talk about is the MetaPower Assist. Now, I have to be honest, my husband has used that in the past, and we've kind of got away from it a little bit. But after doing the research this week, which is a gift for me because it keeps my head in the game, as they say, I'm going to start taking this. It's in capsule form, and the recommendation is you take it a half an hour before your highest carb meal. Okay. And it's going to help to lever out your blood sugar spikes and then support your cellular system. So if you think of your metabolic system as like a car, okay, you get in the car and you're gonna vroom, vroom, go fast, and then jam on the brakes. Do it again, do it again. How long do you think that you're gonna wear out your gas pedal? Probably. You're gonna run out of gas, and just the toll that back and forth takes on the whole system. So if I look at that in my system, when you look at what happens with blood sugar spikes when we've eaten a lot of carbohydrates and it's not balanced, it takes a toll on our system as well. So I like sometimes to have those visuals of somebody doing that, because when we think about what our pancreas does for us, oh my goodness, you know? So we want to make sure that we're not having those ups and downs, the highs and lows. And this MetaPower Assist is perfect for that. And there's been so much research done. doTERRA has done an amazing job on helping us with that. So I went to my 50th high school reunion last year, and it was amazing the difference in how everybody looked. Those of us that are left and healthy. And I did go around sort of just because of who I am. And I asked people, well, how you getting on, and how are you taking care of yourself? And, how are you? And the difference in talking to people just about diet. So first and foremost, we have to pay attention to our diet, because we don't want to rely on supplements or medications or things like that for everything. So always look at your diet first. Roxanne is just such a powerhouse of a person who sticks to what she says. I have so much admiration for that. And look at her. She's just done so great. But so first of all, always look at your diet, what you're consuming, when you're consuming it. I've talked before, if you're going to have carbohydrates, try to have them at noontime, because that's when you need your energy to get through the day, and proteins and fats the rest of the part of the day. So the MetaPower has been known for stabilizing your energy and for slowing down the aging process. Who doesn't want that a little bit? For people with insulin resistance, there have been studies done on that, and doTERRA has shown us those. For people that struggle with those issues, and belly fat, because that's all about insulin resistance right there. Let's see, 42%. What have I got? I do all this research and then I forget about it. The mulberry leaf that's in it. It decreases your post-meal spike by 42%, and therefore, again, helping to regulate blood sugar. Berberine is a natural form of metformin, which a lot of diabetic folks have to use. And berberine has been known for the natural form of metformin. And doTERRA has also talked about that. So I've been talking to different professional colleagues recently about this. And I know some of them have in the past, just to stay fit as a fiddle, have tried metformin just for some of the issues that we've talked about. So I have a couple colleagues now that I'm challenging. I sent them some MetaPower Assist and I said, I want you to try this for 60 days and let me know how you do. So I'll get back to you on that. Because when you hear from people that are actually doing the work around a diet and good natural supplements to try to balance out some of these things, you know, because we know that our carbohydrates therefore transfer right to glucose. And if we have something that can help stabilize that in oxidative stress, we can't ask for much more than that. So I highly suggest, let me turn the bottle right, that everybody try the MetaPower Assist. Look into it, do your own research. doTERRA has that free class available on the whole MetaPower system. I can't recommend that enough. The credentials of the folks that put that together, just magnificent. So I hope that's helpful today. Look forward to seeing whoever gets the DIY, how they enjoy it. And blessings to you all on this gorgeous Saturday. And now we have our fabulous and most beautiful Roxanne.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Marie. I really appreciate your enthusiasm and I really appreciate all your wisdom and sharing that with us. So I'm going to spend my time talking mostly about our skin. Who's ever burned from the sun? Me, right? Think it is just uncomfortable, an inconvenience, or a beauty thing? Well, in 2022, a study found that 28% of people rarely or never wear sunscreen. But today we're going to talk about how critical caring for your skin in the sun really is. And I don't know why I'm not seeing myself even talking here, but let me see if I can choose my view. I guess I can't. I guess I can't. Protecting our skin and enhancing the skin's quality, function, barrier, everything that we have the skin for, it's the largest organ of the body. And it shows those systematic things that can be complemented with a healthy lifestyle and not just directly what you put on the skin. When we do sweat, we are excreting toxins and we are allowing the body to purge them. Many countries in Europe believe in saunas and going in and just sweating for the sake of health. And their philosophy is when we sweat, we're actually getting rid of things that accumulate in our system. And the same would be true for exercise. So sweating through exercise or gardening, yard work, housework, and so forth can accomplish the same things. Now, sleep is when our skin is trying to regenerate. Our skin is always turning over, and we're wanting to get all of those dead skin cells off. We want them to be exfoliated and rejuvenated. We want that DNA to be repaired, and a lot of that comes with sleep. A lot of people don't know that our epidural cells actually have a circadian rhythm. I'm not sure if anybody else can help me here. I wanted to show me speaking. Can you see me speaking? Can anybody answer that? Because for some reason, I'm not finding how to change that on my end.
I see you, Roxanne.
Do you see me speaking? Okay. I didn't want you
Yep.
just to see a bunch of books.
I can see everybody.
Okay, great. So a lot of people don't know that our epidermal cells actually have a circadian rhythm. They respond to sunlight, blue light, those in the same way that the rest of our system does and our brain can. And we do have a Sun Travel Essentials kit available right now. It's adorable. In fact, somebody reached out from Instagram today to me to order it, and she did. And so when we use our sunscreen that's between SPF 15 and 30, that's what we want to shoot for. You know, the really high numbers, somebody was telling me the other day she was using an SPF of 90. To me, that seems kind of wasteful, and maybe could it be toxic? I'm not really sure. SPF 15 offers approximately 93% protection when used properly. And SPF 30 jumps us to 97% protection. You know, we're taking our kids to the beach. We're taking them to the mountains, hiking, playing on the playground or out in the backyard. We're doing other things in which we would be applying some sun care products. And as we apply, given the choice, our mineral-based sun barriers, our sunscreens, we're really helping our kids out for 10, 20, 30 years down the road, not just at the moment dealing with the issue of the sun. As parents and grandparents, we want to make sure that we're protecting our children from the challenges that they may experience in the future from our decisions now as parents. I think that's really valuable that we recognize how important it is that we prioritize that in our kids and empower them to know how to take care of their own skin. Did you know with the After Sun spray, if you put the bottle in the fridge and then sprayed on, it feels so soothing. So about every half hour, 45 minutes, grab it out of the fridge, spray some more on, rub it in, and it's really helpful because not only for the cold relief, but now we have the soothing benefits of all those oils, which I'll identify in a minute. Do you want to look better? You can spend less on wrinkle creams, etc. Your UVB rays are our burning rays. So think the B part of the UV means it burns you, and it's going to cause red skin. UVA is our aging ray. So the A represents aging. So that should help us remember that. But the aging rays are actually what over time is going to be breaking down your collagen and elastin, and it decreases your barrier function, the thickness of your skin. It's going to cause wrinkles. One easy way to remember how to apply sun care stuff is to go thin to thick. So as you start taking care of your skin, you're going to want to cleanse your skin, then use your toner serum or the Immortelle roller, and then apply your face 28 SPF daily moisturizer, which I forgot to grab. Oh no, did I grab it? I did grab it. This moisturizer feels so good on my face every time I apply that. And so this is going to protect against UV rays and excessive blue ray exposure. And you're going to use that sunscreen as your last barrier, your final protection. Other things that can help include protective clothing, sunglasses to protect your eyes, hats, and avoiding sun during certain times of the day if you're going to be out much, or if you are a little bit more prone to burning and have higher risk factors. So what about supplementation to help our skin? Our gold standard way of helping our skin, and what we would really like, is to get the most of your nutrition from diets like Dr. Marie suggested, eating clean whole foods. Are most of us getting all the clean whole foods that can support all the vitamins and things that we need? Most of us can't and still weigh what we want to. And I'm not meaning that is always a good thing that we weigh what we want to. Sometimes we've sort of given up on that whole holding on to unnecessary weight. Supplementation can help with not only damage and pollutants and toxins and reducing toxic load and free radicals, but it actually has shown in certain foods to have protective effects against the sun. If you've got some clothing that's a little more solid, or darkly colored, it will provide some SPF for your skin, even if it doesn't have that manufactured built-in SPF that many clothing companies are doing now. You're still doing a little bit of benefit to the skin with that. Do look for broad spectrum sunscreen labels, which refers to the UV ray types the sunscreen protects against, UVA and UVB. Do use sunscreen with non-nano zinc oxide. That is a safe, water-resistant, non-irritating active ingredient in doTERRA sun products. Non-nano zinc oxide is not absorbed by the skin, so it sits on top of the skin. You want to regularly apply sunscreen before and during both wet and dry activities. Reapply every 2 hours, more if you're sweating. That's for dry activities, and every 40 to 80 minutes for wet activities. And Sandy is showing us the face and body stick. I can show that too. Face and body stick is so easy to apply. Don't immediately jump in the water after applying your sunscreen. Wait at least 15 minutes to make sure that you've got it smoothed on completely. And the white kind of haze that you first see when you apply it is really helpful for us to know where we have applied it correctly. And we can smooth it on over to the other spots. We want to store our sun care products in a cool, dry place when not in use. So our little kit that I showed you before, and this is a water-resistant bag, so it's a wonderful little bag to throw into your beach bag, your backpack, your travel-on luggage. The after sun spray normally is about twice this size. So this size is 3.4 ounces, and it has in it aloe vera, hyaluronic acid, green tea, and vitamin E. These are all things we'd be looking for in our higher priced beauty products. It is intensely hydrating, and it's very antioxidant rich. And in it are copaiba, lavender, peppermint, helichrysum, frankincense, lemongrass, coriander, blue tansy, and sandalwood. Now that's a lot of high-powered oils in that one product, And this is excellent any time of the year. Now it is very thin, so when they say to spray things on, I always spray it on my hand and rub it on. That's just me. I don't like getting sprays everywhere, but other people can just spray it all around. And it's got a 360-degree delivery system, so you can spray it upside down. The best part about this kit, I think, is this brand new lip balm. And you can't get it any other way right now, except in this kit. And the kit is not that much money, I don't think. The lip balm is 20 SPF, and it has the non-nano zinc in it with frankincense, helichrysum, lemongrass, spearmint, and manuka essential oils. And then we have our full-size face and body stick. It's a 40 SPF, and that contains frankincense, helichrysum, magnolia, ylang ylang, and red mandarin. So with that little kit, you can set yourself up for a pretty darn safe early summer. You may need to reorder one later on, but hopefully there will be some later on. I don't know. It's a limited time offer, and I'm guessing it will probably sell out fairly soon. I think the Endless Summer I saw yesterday in a alert we got, I think this is already 50% sold out, I believe, the Endless Summer. Now, the other thing I meant to grab off my nightstand, and of course I forgot to grab it, is the Serenity Sleep Stick. The Serenity Sleep Stick will help our skin rejuvenate in the night as it combines the Serenity Restful Blend with valerian essential oil to help create an atmosphere that gently entices comfort and relaxation when practicing healthy sleep hygiene. The aroma of the doTERRA Serenity Stick and Valerian provides a soft, restful, and calming ambiance and is free from parabens, phthalates, and synthetic fragrances. Recent epigenetic testing suggests the Serenity Sleep system, the whole system, that would include your Serenity oil, the stick, as well as the soft gels, supports improved sleep quality, glucose metabolism, cellular fitness and function, and healthy sleep by maintaining circadian rhythms critical to keeping a healthy sleep cycle. It helps regulate healthy sleep, immune function, and inflammatory response. Combining the doTERRA Serenity Sleep System with smart sleep hygiene habits can help you get the rest you deserve. And by the way, epigenetics is the study of how your behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way your genes turn on and off. You know, just because our parents had a problem doesn't mean we definitely have to have the same problem. By living differently, we might be able to prevent that gene from turning on and giving us that issue. So remember, our next Fun Zoom is July 13th. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the recording so that we can entertain some non-compliant comments as well as questions. So I'm stopping the recording.